For decades, we were told to build our diets on carbohydrates, avoid fat, and treat protein like a side dish. And if you followed that advice and still ended up tired, inflamed, or gaining weight, the response was usually the same: eat less, move more, try harder. Quietly, without much fanfare, the official dietary guidelines have flipped that model on its head. The food pyramid is effectively dead. And if you're a veteran or former athlete over 40, that should matter to you. The original food pyramid pushed grains and carbohydrates as the foundation of the diet, warned us away from fat, and capped protein almost like a risk factor. That guidance didn't fail overnight. It failed slowly, over decades. During the same period that these recommendations were promoted, rates of obesity, diabetes, and metabolic disease climbed year after year after year. It doesn't mean people were lazy. It means the model was inappropriate. In the most recent dietary guidelines for Americans, something interesting happened. They didn't hold a press conference, they didn't issue an apology, but they did quietly change direction. Quietly, but everybody's talking about it. Dietary cholesterol was removed as a nutrient of concern. Protein moved to the center of the plate. The language around fat softened, shifting from avoid to choose wisely. And the emphasis moved towards nutrient-dense foods instead of macronutrient fear. That's not an accident, that's a course correction. I want to make this personal for a minute. My dad raised cattle as a hobby when I was growing up. The Triangle J literally came from that. It was my grandfather's cattle brand. Beef we raised was beef we ate on the table. Unless we went to a restaurant, it was our beef. When I joined the Army, I used to joke to people that I couldn't go more than a couple of days without beef. Because for a Texan, beef was, and still is, a superfood. And through all the years of low-fat hysteria, red meat panic, and cholesterol will kill you headlines, I kept eating steak. I kept eating beef. Fast forward to today. I just turned 54 years old. I'm metabolically healthy. I'm active. I'm strong. That's not because I ignored the science. It's because science eventually caught up. Here's where this really matters for veterans and former athletes. Most of us are trained, deployed, or competed while fueling high-output lives. High carbs made sense then. But when activity dropped and stress stayed high, the advice didn't change. The result? Insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, low energy, weight gain that didn't respond to eating less. And instead of asking whether the fuel model still fit the mission, people were told the problem was willpower. And this is where things start to break down. 200 calories of sugar doesn't behave the same way in the body as 200 calories of steak. Food quality affects insulin signaling, inflammation, satiety, and how your mitochondria actually produce energy. Calories matter, but context matters more. So if you followed the rules for decades and the results never came, maybe you weren't broken. Maybe the guidance was incomplete. The fact that the official recommendations are shifting isn't an attack on nutrition science. It's proof that science evolves. This is why inside Triangle J, I focus on strength, stillness, and fuel. Not trends, not extremes, and not dogma. In future videos, we'll break down what this shift actually means in practical terms, especially for men and women who want to be strong and capable well into their later decades. Because the goal was never to eat less. The goal was always to fuel better. See y'all next time.